My name is Leah Greer. I graduated from San Jose State University with a BS in Forensic Science. After graduation, I was hired by the San Jose Police Department. My parents were upset that they paid for my education at university, only to have me enter the police academy. Fortunately, they moved away to Arizona as I hit the streets as a beat cop. My superiors were impressed with my skills, performance, and forensic training. Within 2 years, I was promoted to crime scene unit detective. Then we started finding mutilated bodies near the Guadalupe River. I had processed the scenes, and was shocked when the police chief made a public statement. He said that the deaths were of transients living by the river, who'd accidentally overdosed on fentanyl. The mutilations were caused by wildlife. After processing the scene of the sixth body, I decided to observe the autopsy. I went to see coroner Dr. Candy Quincy at midnight, in the morgue. I was shocked by her appearance. Her skin looked oddly wrinkled, and what few teeth she had were pointy. Her hair was so sparse, it looked like she had walked into a spider web. She saw my shock, and announced that she had a condition called ectodermal dysplasia, and she didn't feel like wearing her wig. She went on to say that the ADA requires employers to provide accommodations for her disability, which includes sensitivity to the sun. So, she only works at night. I kept quiet and watched Dr. Quincy perform 3 autopsies. The last one was on the most recent body found by the Guadalupe River. I thanked the doctor, and left before the sun came up. I sat in my car and started formulating my questions for the coroner. I fell asleep, and woke as the sun glinted over the mountains. I ran back to the morgue, just as the mortuary attendants were wheeling away what I presumed were the freshly autopsied bodies. No one was looking, so I went inside. I started opening the cold lockers, even though I figured they were empty. I gasped when I saw her. A woman in her 20s, with long dark hair, dressed in biker clothes. She was completely cold to the touch, and had no apparent trauma, no bruises, or needle marks, to indicate drug abuse, or overdose. There was no indication of who she was on the locker, or what time she'd come in. It was my day off, and I went home to sleep, and prepare myself to confront coroner Dr. Candy Quincy at sunset. I made my way to the morgue parking lot. I approached the sidewalk entrance. The front doors burst open, and I saw her. I saw the woman that was lying dead in the cold locker. She turned and waved goodbye to the coroner. I turned right, and kept walking away from the door, before returning to my car, and driving home. I started keeping notes in a handwritten journal. When I wasn't at work, I was investigating the discrepancies of what I was seeing at crime scenes, and what the coroner was reporting. When I brought this to my commanding officer, he went to the chief of police, who put me in my place, reminding me that I only had a BS in forensic science, whereas Dr. Quincy had her PhD, and she outranked me. Okay. I guess that's how he sees things. I spent my off-duty time doing research, and becoming more sleep-deprived. My boss reprimanded me for being distracted at work. Perhaps I was. I was walking to my car after my shift, and a police car backed over me in the parking lot. I've been off work for 6 months, and wanted to go back. My personal doctor released me to return to work, with minor restrictions. But, the disability insurance doctor, and my union representative, said I couldn't return to work. I was given a decent settlement, and permanent disability. I guess ADA protections don't extend to police detectives. I looked up ectodermal dysplasia, and it did somewhat explain Dr. Quincy's condition. But, I found something else that explains her condition: the dead girl from the cold locker walking around like the living at night, and all those exsanguinated bodies by the Guadalupe River. The condition is vampirism. Now that I'm off the police force, and have a decent settlement, I can find others like me, who know what's really going on, and want to do something about it.